Hi, welcome back in this series of videos where I want to share with you everything I know and have learned in post-traumatic phase of pregnancy and infant loss. Hi, I'm Katrien. I'm a coach with Systems of the Soul, and I love delving deeper for understanding. In this video, I want to take you with me on the journey of trauma, where I want to state and emphasize to see pregnancy and infant loss as the mother of all womb traumas. And yet another layer where I want to take you with me is the fact that once you are dealing with womb trauma, actually, it's not only your story, it is also the story of your mother and of your grandmother. And in an earlier video, I have already stated the way to look at trauma as a very physical reality. And also this aspect where more the information is still not really commonly known. But as a matter of fact, even scientifically, scientists have found that on a cellular level, stem cells are being exchanged between mother and the unborn baby. So as soon as you know that you are pregnant, as soon as you feel that you are pregnant, actually stem cells are being exchanged, and you have on a cellular level stem cells of the embryo and the fetus in your own body. And the other way around, the baby also gets stem cell information and information from the mother. So the whole idea of being connected, connection towards one another is actually a physical reality that goes way beyond the mental capacity of understanding, of grasping this even. But not only that, it even goes much further. Because actually, you as a baby already existed within the womb of your grandmother on a physical, detectable level. You became formed in the form of the little eggs in the ovaries of your mum within the womb of your grandmother around 2 months in her pregnancy. So when you know that this biological system of exchanging stem cells happens within the womb between your mother and your grandmother, but once the stem cells of your grandmother comes into the physical, the body of your mother, then these stem cells with genetical information of your grandmother enter your body as well through the little eggs in the ovaries already. So from then on, information has been exchanged. And then once you become an embryo and a fetus during the pregnancy of your mom, then again, there's a massive imprint on the physical level even. And more people are starting to understand that just by the science of genetics and epigenetics, this is actually how also trauma themes, trauma subjects, trauma categories kind of can be found from moving on from one generation to another. But just the physical reality of information exchange as well coming from the trauma, also the way that our grandmothers and our mothers have healed when they had to deal with whatever kind of trauma happened to them, also that information will be passed on we are not living in the first generation that is dealing with trauma. Certainly not the first generation to find the healing solution. However, when it comes specifically to pregnancy and infant loss, this as a subject is coming out of the collective trauma and the collective normalization of when this happens. We just don't talk about it. We only deal with the trauma by not acknowledging it, not necessarily by healing it. So when this subject is coming up, is surfacing, this type of trauma, pregnancy and infant loss, very specific, is surfacing in your life, I just want to share with you in this video and explain to you why it may be very well true that you have the idea that this is larger than life, that it is larger than your life, that this experience and this trauma is about not only your personal and individual trauma on a biological level, but also a trauma that can be or should be or could be investigated in your mother's life and in your grandmother's life. And then you come into a whole question of trauma healing on an ancestral level. And I'm not talking about ancestrals like 17 generations ago, just by acknowledging on a scientific level how pregnancy happens within the body with the exchange of the stem cells, that even every single lost child in previous generations had an imprint within the body of the mother or respective grandmother. So they were never really lost in the first place. But many children, transgenerational wise, that were lost during pregnancy got lost in history because there was no vocabulary, there was no context, there was no collective healing foundation to know what to do with it, to transform this reality so that it becomes, you know, free for the next generations. So if you have the feeling, if this is a reality that you are facing, namely pregnancy or infant loss, and you have the feeling that it is way too big, that it's too big for you, that it's just too much, then I'm telling you, like, you know, that feeling, that sensing in the body that it's larger than your life alone is correct. And I also want to share with you that there are techniques, there are trauma workers, there are trauma therapists who know and also use, besides the individual trauma release and trauma healing techniques, that it is also important to look at it from an ancestral point of view and to look at it from a collective point of view, to understand that there are many structures and many layers going on at the same time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had, that you just took something with you during this video. If you're interested to reach out, please do it. I'm looking forward to it. You can send me an email to hallo@systemsofthesoul.be or .com if you're English. For people who are interested to learn more about this, please check out the upcoming videos on this channel. So subscribe so you get the notification. And for people who are living in Belgium and in the Netherlands, know that on January 8th, we're going to start with the first day of the year masterclass healing path. So hope to see you on one of those channels, and thank you for watching. Bye.